Recording. Okay, hello and welcome to another Contemplative Living, where we talk about concepts to bring contemplation and contemplative living into our everyday lives. This morning, I'm actually on the ocean front here in Virginia Beach. You can see there's a sunrise about to happen behind me, and we're going to do our video cast, our live stream this morning from here. I'm here helping to facilitate a retreat for some amazing near-death experiencers, and it's my honor to help every year to facilitate this retreat here at Virginia Beach. So, I like to talk about different concepts of contemplation. And today we're going to talk about the art of living, of just living life. Okay? And Spirit once said to me, the divine spirals all around us and within us. But it's up to us to recognize and step into that vortex. And as we spin with the divine, a spiritual unfoldment leads to our growth and our understanding. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Is we're going to talk about how we can step into that vortex of divine energy that is constantly spinning around us and helping us to live a better life. So let's get to it.
Welcome to Contemplative Living, where we view contemplations for the week to have a better understanding of our spiritual path. This is Contemplative Living with Dave Benton, contemplations and reflective meditations.
Okay, so you can hear there's a lot of noise behind me and a whole bunch of folks that are gathered to watch the sunrise here, which is, it's always a daily event here at the beach, is to watch the sunrise. So there's a lot of background noise, a little bit of hiss because of the ocean, the sound of the ocean, but we're gonna get to it. We're gonna just do it live here at the beach. All right, the art of living involves overcoming our head-trapped numbness. A lot of times we're so swept up with the circumstances that we're just in this state of numbness and going along and, just trying to survive this life. But the more closely we listen and the more deeply we'll understand. So listening is key to the art of living a better life. If we want to pull ourselves away from the circumstances, if we want to rise up above it and have a clarity, it enhances, it adds juice to our life, and it's just making life that much more intense, involved, and people think that when you use discernment, when you use meditation and you use mindfulness and all of those things, that it distances you from life. That's not true. It's absolutely just the opposite. You're more involved in everything that you're doing. So if you want light in your house, you've got to open the blinds. If you're shutting the blinds, you're just going to live in darkness. So we need to do whatever it takes to find that expansiveness in our life, to find that juice that's gonna, help us rise above the circumstance. Now, I love meditation, and I'm an advocate for, contemplative living. And so I try to bring as much of that into every moment of my life as I can. But, it's hard. We're human. And we live in this state of illusion that we're these separate individuals trying to forge our life. When really, nothing could be further from the case. We actually are so interconnected with everything around us. But we have to listen. Remember, we were talking about listening. We have to listen deeply so that we can hear that inner spirit that resides within each and every one of us. And so that we can bring that light of our higher consciousness into the day-to-day interactions that we're constantly doing. So focus attention on your spark. We all have a light within us, which spreads and deepens so it forms a shimmering pool of bliss and love. And then bring that into your daily day interactions. Bring it into everything that you do. And you'll find that when you are working from that center, from your own deep, shimmering pool of light that is your essence, that you'll find that the universe says, he's awake. Let's help him out. Let's let things go the way they're supposed to. Let's help him to achieve what he's come into this life to achieve. But it's up to us to create that pool of light and then utilize it. It's unlimited and it's not going to be diminished. So we can just draw from that, and that's the strength that we have available to us, is this unlimited light that is our essence, is there to embolden us and infuse us and buoy us up in this life and help us to fulfill those things that are deep and meaningful in our lives. So flow on the stream of consciousness from one moment to the next. And what I'm saying here is that, just like these little rocks or islands are lined up, we have our consciousness, when we came into this life, have agreements that we wished to try to accomplish. Now, we have free will as human beings and in this physical realm, and we don't have to do it if we don't want to. But boy, it's so fulfilling to suddenly realize, oh my gosh, there's one of the islands that I wanted to make it to. And there is, my chance to fulfill something that I agreed to when I came into this life that I wanted to do. So when we establish our pool of light and we start drawing energy from that, and we start receiving guidance from that light, then we can move ahead. It sounds like my neighbors are waking up. I hope I'm not waking them up. Well, maybe I should be. Anyway, we're trying to wake everybody up. So, like clouds in front of a brilliant sky, we don't recognize our illumination. So many times, the light always exists. But a lot of times, the circumstances are these clouds that obstruct our view of our own inner light and of the greater light of the higher one consciousness, God, Mother, Father, God, all that is, whatever you want to call it. The clouds of circumstance many times masks our ability to feel or to sense or to connect with that greater consciousness. I can see I'm becoming more and more backlit as the sunrise is getting closer here. So I'll try to stay in my own light here. So, all right. The energy we put into our natural creativity and its expressions reflect our grace and communicates this richness to others. So as we develop that pool of light, as we begin to draw on it, and we begin to utilize it in our everyday interactions, And we have to think about creativity. Where does creativity come from? Well, it comes from the divine. It's our connection to our higher consciousness and the divine. And so this creativity, these expressions that we use from our creativity are felt deeply by other people. They may not recognize what it is, but they feel it deeply. And so when we can come from that place of our light, our own essence, excuse me, and we can bring that into our day-to-day lives, then we are enriching others. So always, 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 we are awake. We may not recognize it, but even when we listen and when we experience our thoughts, when we experience our emotions, our state of mind, then we're stepping away from the circumstances because we are focusing and listening to the experience, to our thoughts, to our state of mind. Even when we experience our distraction, like I'm incredibly distracted this morning by this beautiful sunset or sunrise that's happening behind me. As you can see, I'm getting more and more backlit. But as we are conscious of these experiences, distractions, and even our joy, and our love, and our compassion, when we're aware and we're, it just goes to show that we're always awake. We're always available. Everything is available to us. Everything is available to us to experience this life. And the tools are there. It's only we have to be responsible to pick them up and put them to use. So I hope you have an amazing week this week, and that you can put together that pool of light and start to draw from it on a regular basis so that you can live. This is all about the art of living. It's not about worrying about some train in the past coming out of the darkness and running us over. It's about living now. It's about being present now. And so I hope that you can find that light, that essence within you that will strengthen and embolden you to be able to go out and live life and live it to its fullest. So I hope you have a blessed week. Namaste.